Welcome back. Mr. Denusi, I said you were going to weigh in on this. We've talked about this trailer parking menace for a long time. The other time, the Vice President came to Lagos and directed that these trailers, be moved off the road, but it doesn't seem like anything has happened. We're supposed to have the general manager of the LASMA here, the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Mr. Wale Musa, but he's not here now. What do you think, or how do you think we can get this, issues sorted?
Well, several things are responsible for the situation that is here right now. First is the fact that by design, there's a truck route. Western Avenue, Ikorodu Road is not a designated truck route. Intermittently, the ones that are going to do deliveries can go on that. The main truck route is Apapa Oshodi Expressway. Apapa Oshodi Expressway collapsed. The road died. And as a result, the alternative to access the port is Western Avenue through Ijora flyover. And that's why we see all of those trucks there. But like the Apapa resident said, when that bridge collapses, and the collapsing of the bridge has gotten to about 0.9 now out of 10, because we have not only abused the strength of those bridges, they've been completely compromised. When Fashola was governor of Lagos State, this same issue was on ground. Yep. He swung in, he knew that if we allow the bridge collapse, there will be trouble. He empowered LASMA to tow trucks. They removed them by force from the bridge, and I think a time came that they slammed them with like about 2 million naira fines for the number of trucks that were impounded. And when enforcement was in place, you didn't see the trucks on the bridge. Unfortunately, the secret of impact, which is continuity, that did not continue. If that tempo was sustained, you will not see any of those trucks stationary on the bridge. Now, several things that needs to be done. One is the fact that, of a truth, trucks needs to go to the port to pick goods, but not all those trucks on the road are actually going there to pick goods yet. Some of them are looking for patronage. That's why they are on the queue. Every truck owner should have their truck office locations, advertise their services. Potential importers will engage them, and then that truck comes to the road. If that is in place, more than 50% of the truck that we see on the road will be off the bridge and off our roads. Now, you also see a large number of Dangote trucks within that corridor.
More than 60% of the trucks are actually Dangote.
I also personally think that Dangote Group should, as a matter of urgency and corporate responsibility, take all their trucks from the queue. Because there are provisions for them that sometimes between 12 midnight and 2 a.m., they are giving priority to have access to the port. Then they should come at that time. Right now, this congestion look, the citizens of the state are dying instrumentally. I can say this for free, madam, that, for example, just small arithmetic. If 10,000 vehicles are trapped in traffic in Lagos alone on a daily basis, that expends 500 naira fuel above what they should normally spend, that's about 500 million. Just gone off. Not the wear and tear on the vehicles, not the time that is wasted, and not even the threat to the health of the citizens. So, should we wait for the bridges to come down before we are now... We are not even maintaining them, to rebuild them. Look at a part of the bridge is faulty. Julius Berger took up that portion since March last year. This is January ending. This is about 10 months after we are still there.
So what would you say, or what would your recipe be, to solving this this
Number
problem?
one, all those trucks, wherever they are going to go, let them go there. They must all be pursued out of the bridge. No truck should be on Ikorodu Road. No truck should be on the bridge. If they are going to park in Ogere, there is a truck park in Ogere. If they are going to park in Ogere, let them go and park in Ogere. If they are going to park in Ibafo, let them go and park in Ibafo. But the pressure that is being put on Lagos, first thing is that they must be taken off the road. The Navy people has done excellently well by taking them off the bridge at a particular point in time. But right now, everything has come back to what it used to be. If we take them off the road, just like Chief Ogungbemi and many others have all said severally, they should have call up. Now, what is call up? If you don't have business to come to the port, any vehicle that is in on the road that is coming, if they check and your document is not there, that vehicle should be impounded and a fine of 150,000 be slammed on them. By the time that is done, you won't see any of those trucks.
So, Mr. Ogungbemi, the last time you were here, you talked about some software that was being considered. And how far has that gone?
Well, it's a suggested solution, and I still stand on that.
It is still a suggestion. No work is
from
done
me.
on it
No,
yet.
not yet. But I will explain. Then, like you said, Mr. Patrick, you see, I want you to appreciate the important roles that the truck play in the economy of a nation. Without the truck, economy of a nation cannot move. But
we understand that, but it's grinding the economy to a halt right now.
Is it our making? Then to answer your question, let me go to your question. You see, I want to say this, though it will offend the feelings of some of our members. Even yesterday, I received many calls. I have been threatened and castigated for what I said. That I believe that about 80% of truck owners has a place where they use as garage. But the absence of automation system that will inform the individual when it is their turn to come and load, that is why you see all the trucks that are coming toward the port direction at the same time. I've been saying it over and over that let there be an automation that will inform every truck for them to know the time when they will come. For your information, I have this paper with me. NPA have just started what we call manual call-up as a precursor to electronic call-up that they are planning. And how does it work? I purposely bring out this paper. They say that they don't want to be attending to trucks that park on the bridges and on the road. That every truck owner should go back to their garages and come and obtain what they call a manual call-up. When you receive that manual call-up, it is then you now go back to your garage and bring your vehicle out. So I'm using medium to appeal to our members that we shouldn't be fighting ourselves. At least to have a respite, to reduce the fatigue that our drivers are passing through. Let's endeavor to at least test run this manual call-up that NPA introduced. Let's see how it will work. I am begging, pleading that please let us take our trucks back to our garages and endeavor to go to NPA, obtain what we call this manual call-up system. Though it's cumbersome to get this, but I believe NPA management will know how to fast-track it so that it will not be too cumbersome. How does it work? When they print this one out, this is NPA, Nigeria Port Authority, Lagos Port Complex. Then they will now say, what are you going to do in the port? Give us the container you are going to carry or empty container you are returning. They will now put it on the list like this. I have 3 sheets here. Here is about, the one is 32, this one is 30, this one is also 30. So this is how they print it out. So
for each day, for instance,
before you can leave your garage, you must have been given numbers. Yes. What is the container number? If you are number 23, yes, the container number is here. People, the task force, the Navy, multi-agency task force, it is a responsibility if they see a truck coming to check if the container is carrying or the number of the truck is on the list. So I am begging, pleading.
So that means your members also need to, do a lot in terms of cooperating.
Yes, let there be a constant enlightenment. Anything new
the enlightenment will also have to come from you as the president and the association in general.
Most especially from the technical regulator of the port, that is the NPA. So
if you have
we did one last week, but it's not enough. It has to be constant. Either 3 times in a week is not too much for us to have this information so that the information can go around. people see it as something that cannot work. But for me, I know whether it will work or it will not work, let us give it a trial. So let every truck, especially they say to whom much is given, much is expected. And we want the authority of Nigerian Port Authority to start with